So it's the last day of May. So we're really entering our peak runoff season here in this part of the Rockies. Anyways, it makes it so that you got to do a little bit of route finding every once in a while. So right now you can see the river's there. That's the West Castle River. And man, is she swollen. And you can see, like, that's the trail there. So I'm gonna have to do some hopping around, I think, to get where I'm going. But I'm almost there, so it should be fine. So I've arrived where I'm gonna camp. It's not a long hike or anything. It was maybe 3 kilometers or so. And anyways, like I said before, I had to take some detours to get around the flooded river. Anyways, I have a late start today, so it's already well into the evening, so I gotta get camp set up. My shelter for the night is set up. I set up underneath a large tree close to a meadow, which is behind me. The river's that way. Yeah, it's basically just set up in like a sort of pyramid style, enclosed on 3 sides. So yeah, looks like it's gonna be a good night. I have plenty of shelter under here. So now I think I'm gonna start a fire, probably hang out for a bit, and then head to bed. So this will be it for filming tonight. See you tomorrow, guys. Okay, so it's morning of day 2. I just grabbed my bear bag, so heading back to camp, gonna cook up some breakfast. I just lit up the twig stove. You can see it right there. I split up a bunch of wood last night, so this fire is burning really cleanly right now. So I'm just gonna fill up a pot of water. I was using a really small backpack this time, so it's only around it's 30 liters. So I'm trying to carry some really light food. Anyways, you can't beat some Quaker Oats for breakfast. So before I eat it all, I decided to show you guys what I packed for food on this trip. So I'm trying to go really lightweight this time. I'm using a very small backpack. So for breakfast, I have oatmeal for day 1, which is what I'm cooking up right now. Then for lunch today, I have cup of soup, Lipton cup of soup. And I'll just add in whatever wild edibles I find into that and make it a bit more substantial. For dinner, I have this backpacking meal. It's a teriyaki chicken one. I picked it up from Canadian Tire for like 12 bucks. Then I have one more breakfast, which is oatmeal again. I mean, these things are tiny and they pack up flat, which is great. Then for snacks, I have 3 granola bars, 2 fruit to goes, some hot chocolate in there, a bit of chaga fungus in here, along with some brown sugar for sweetening. And then I have also 1 bouillon pack. So if I do get really hungry again, like say my lunch isn't good enough, then I can, I can gather some more wild edibles and throw this in and make myself a small soup. My water's ready to go. Definitely don't want to overdo it with these oatmeals because you'll end up with a soup. It's not exactly what you want. tea's done. So I'm gonna sit down here and enjoy this tea. Tastes pretty good. And then I think I'm gonna pack up camp, and actually I need to go back to my car because I forgot my power cord, so I can't charge my phone. So I think I'm gonna have to go in and pick that up. So my stuff's all packed up. Now I gotta hike 2K back to my car, grab the power cord, hike back. I've got my power cord now, and I'm just taking a stop here by the river. Gonna get a drink with my life straw. I'm not carrying any water in my backpack right now, just because I'm saving myself a couple of pounds just by using the life straw when I find water. And this time of year, there's many runoff streams flowing all over the mountains, as well as the rivers being quite swollen, as you can see. So there's really no reason to carry water with you all the time unless you start going above the tree line where it's quite dry. So I'm just gonna get a drink, and then I'm gonna go back out on the trail. So I've just been hiking along, and I came across this pine tree. So I'm gonna need some stuff to start the fire tonight. So I decided I'm gonna check it for fatwood. So oh yeah, there's some in there. So you can see the orange resin in there. This isn't the greatest fatwood, but it will do. I'm at my lunch spot for today. I'm about a little bit under 2 kilometers away from the Middle Kootenay Pass, which leads from Alberta into BC. So after lunch, I'm gonna try to get over there and maybe come down the ridge into BC, but for now I need to cook up my soup. Some of the fatwood that I grabbed earlier. Actually, so I'm just gonna use this to start my quick stove up for lunch. There we go. They light up real quick. Do this one as well. And I already have some fir branches in there. Just some, well, fir twigs rather. And those will light up really quickly. I often feed the sticks through these little side grooves. You can just fit more wood in it that way, so everything cooks up quicker and you get more flame. Lunch is ready. It's just that cup of soup that I showed you earlier. And I put a little bit of dandelion in it. Unfortunately, I had the opportunity to get some stinging nettle, but I was like, well, I'll wait, and I missed my chance, and there's no stinging nettle up here, so I'm just gonna have to make do with some dandelion. Anyways, I'm enjoying this beautiful lunch spot here, so I'll get back to you after I finish my lunch. Okay, I packed up my lunch stuff, and I'm about to get back on the trail over there. But first, I'm going to show you one of the best tricks that I know of staying cool when it's hot out. So right now we're actually in the midst of a small heat wave, although it's hard to tell that out here in the mountains. But one of the best things you can do to stay cool is take a buff or a neck tube, you know, and just dip it in the stream. get it all wet. You know, use it on your face to start. And then just take it and either put it around your neck or put it on your head like this, and the water will help keep you cool. So I do this a lot actually when it gets really hot out. Right now it's probably only 20 degrees or so, so not that bad, but if I was lower down and it was a hot day, that would be a really refreshing way to cool off. All right, I'm gonna get back on the trail. This is glacier lily. You can look it up online if you want to know more, but basically has 2 leaves and a flower stalk coming off of it, and the droopy flower, like it is like this, you can see. Anyways, these are like one of the very first wildflowers that are out in the alpine areas, and they chase the snow. So like as soon as the snow starts receding, these guys pop up. Anyways, the leaves are edible, the flower stalk's edible, the root's edible. If you eat the leaves, sometimes you end up with a burning sensation in your mouth, which is obviously not ideal. So anyways, what I like to do is pull them out like this, and I eat this little white part, little bit of underground part. So anyways, they taste okay. A little bit sweet, not a whole lot of flavor to them. Guys, there's just some really good scenery around me right now. Look at that. Just incredible. And even also over here, you know, you got the mountains over there. Anyways, hiking on snow now, so that's interesting. I'm just taking a little break. I just had a snack. Anyways, I'm pretty close to the top, about a kilometer away from the actual pass, but there's a little creek here, and unfortunately there's no easy way across, and I don't trust my boots waterproofing. They don't come up high enough on my legs, so I think I'm gonna lose the boots and cross this river real quick. Okay, that was pretty cold on the feet. Anyways, I'm a kilometer away from the provincial boundary line, so I should be at the top of this pass in hopefully the next half hour. All right, I'm gonna get moving again. It's pretty windy up here, but behind me there, that's British Columbia. So I made it through the pass. Isn't that stunning? Okay, so it's almost 3. I'm about to leave the pass and hike back through into Castle again. So I probably won't update too much on the hike back, just because I want to really make some good time, but I'll bring you back for supper. All right. I'm back down in the river valley now. The return trip down from the pass is really quick just because you're coming downhill, and I basically skied down part of it on my feet. Anyways, I found some wild onions. Just luck of the draw that I came over here. Anyways, I'm gonna pick a couple of these because I'm wicked hungry, so I'm gonna use that bouillon packet that I brought and make a little soup, because I'm real hungry. So there it is. Probably grab one more. There's the second one. I'm only gonna take 2. If you put too much wild onion in, you'll really, the flavor will be overpowering. So 2 should be good. I'll use the greens as well. Good find. Well, I made it back. That was quite a hike. Anyways, I'm glad I get to sit down now. Okay, I got the pot on to boil. I was able to gather some stain nettle leaves, that onion that I grabbed earlier, and also the bouillon is in there. So yeah, I'm gonna cook myself up a nice snack. Okay, so I finished my snack a little while ago. So I just started the stove up again there. Now I'm gonna cook up dinner for real. So I mentioned it this morning, but I'll show you guys again. There, it's a Ready Wise teriyaki chicken backpacking meal. So we'll see how it goes. But first I need to boil up half a liter of water. Alright, I started eating the Ready Wise teriyaki chicken and rice. I can definitely recommend it. I will be getting it again for sure. It's quite good. And surprisingly, the amount of water it said is actually the amount of water that it actually did need. So, yeah. Normally, or on some of them anyways, you'll end up with sort of a soup, even if it's not supposed to be a soup. But this one actually is not like that. It looks like how it should look. Anyways. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna hang up my bear bag now. So, I use my kapilka, and I just attach it to a line. This one's 25 feet. I've never had any problems not being able to reach the 25 feet. Okay, so I just use this and I throw it up in the tree. It's a lot easier than just throwing the rope, trust me. Perfect. So yeah, often you'll get stuck on little branches, but you just gotta pull them off. For the knots, I just throw a bunch of half hitches in there. It's nothing special, so. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna head back to camp because I gotta get my tarp set up for the night. I'm gonna be using this small tree as a pole, but I don't need it yet. Here. First things first, I'm gonna lay the tarp out. Then I'm gonna take two pegs. I'm gonna peg out the back corners first. Obviously you could make your own pegs, but I brought some this time. All right, once those are in, you need to figure out how tall you want it. I can already tell that that's going to be too long, so I'm going to adjust it. Probably take a little bit off. Okay, so I got the point back on it. Take a good grommet. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So then what you need is a guy line. Mine are 7 feet long. And it's helpful to have a stick for a toggle. So I just grabbed a piece of that pine tree, or the little spruce tree that I had. You're gonna take it and toggle your guy line to the tarp, like so. Stick your pole in, and then you're gonna need another peg. So, got my bag of pegs and stuff here. And I'm gonna pull it down, find a good spot in front for it. And then you need to tie a taut line hitch, which I'll show you how to do here in a moment. And you're coming down to that peg that you've placed in front. Now, the best knot, in my opinion, for this is a taut line hitch. So what you do is you put your rope through the peg, and you come like you're gonna do a half hitch. So you're like this, but you wrap it twice inside of this loop. Then you take it and go once, one half hitch on the outside, and pull it tight. Okay, so, and I've done mine with a quick release loop. You don't have to, but it's just easier. Then what this allows you to do is you can pull on this like one of those little tent tensioners, and it will tension the line for you. Or you can tension the line yourself with it, and you can adjust the tension. So it's really good for these guy lines. The last part now, you need your last peg, or your last two. I only have 4 pegs, so I'm gonna have to make one. So now you just pull out these bottom 2 corners and peg them to the ground. Let me go grab one more peg and we'll finish it up. All right, so I just carved a quick tent peg there with my liuku. And I got a rock here for pounding it. So pull down this last corner and peg it out. And then the shelter will pretty much be complete. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the front. It almost looks like a little bit of like a pyramid tent. And then from the side, looks like that. And the back looks like this. Now, that last back tie out there, you can tie it out, and I just might. And it will give you a little bit of extra headroom, because the one thing that this tarp shelter does not have is headroom. But if you're just using it for sleeping, it really gives you the best weather protection. Shelter's up now, so it's just time to wait for it to get dark. But in the meantime, I think I'll cut up a little bit of wood for tomorrow's fire. I've been getting all my wood from this down spruce here. I only need a few pieces for the twig stove, so. I like having a knife that can chop and split, paired up with my Swiss Army knife and my silky saw. I feel like it's just a really good combo. This allows me to really do so much with it. Like sometimes I don't even need the silky. I can process enough wood with just this. But the silky's nice to have for little camp craft sort of things. I'm gonna make some little kindling pieces as well. So one way that you can do that is if you have a really thin piece, you just take your knife, put the tip on it, and then like that, and it'll split. You can wrench your knife sideways. It's an easy way to make some split wood kindling. It's getting late now, it's past 9, so I'm just gonna sit here by the creek, hang out for a bit, and then I'm gonna go to bed after that. So probably won't be doing any more filming tonight, so I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Okay guys, it's the morning of day 3. It's just a little bit after 7, so I'm gonna get up here pretty soon. Probably pack up. So camp's taken down now. You can see my bags packed up. Got the water on here. I'm waiting to have some oatmeal and some tea again for breakfast. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of filming for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and more to come in the future. Stay wild.